It was supposed to be a normal evening. My daughter, who has a respiratory condition, was wearing her protective mask while sitting on our porch. She's disabled and vulnerable, and her mask isn't just a choice. It's a medical necessity. But for Karen, the HOA president, rules and control were more important than human decency. Karen had already been on edge that week, sending threatening letters about neighborhood compliance and patrolling the streets like some self-appointed enforcer. I warned my family to stay calm, but I never imagined her crossing a line like this. As I stepped outside with my daughter to check the garden, Karen appeared from nowhere, flanked by 2 HOA enforcers. She marched straight up to my daughter, ignoring my presence entirely, and snatched the mask right off her face. "Stop that!" I shouted, running forward. "That's medical equipment. You can't touch her." Karen smirked, waving the mask in the air. "Neighborhood rules apply to everyone. No masks allowed after sunset," she said, as if this were some kind of joke. My daughter started crying, terrified and gasping for air. I grabbed Karen's arm, demanding she hand the mask back. But she refused, laughing as if this were some game. That's when I knew it was no longer a petty HOA dispute. It was assault and harassment. I called 911 immediately. Yes, my HOA president just assaulted my disabled daughter. She grabbed her mask and refuses to give it back. I explained clearly, giving the address and describing the attackers. "She's putting a child's life at risk. We need officers here immediately." Karen's smug grin vanished almost instantly when I mentioned the police were on their way. She tried to hand the mask to one of her enforcers, but it was too late. My daughter was shaking and terrified, and I wasn't letting Karen leave until the authorities arrived. Within minutes, patrol cars screeched into the neighborhood. Officers jumped out, weapons holstered but ready, and quickly assessed the situation. I handed them my daughter's mask and explained what had happened, showing them the distress it caused. Neighbors had come out too, witnessing Karen's actions firsthand. Karen started yelling, trying to argue her way out, but the police were having none of it. They calmly but firmly placed her in handcuffs and read her rights. The enforcers, realizing the seriousness of the situation, backed away and stayed silent. It was a surreal moment. Karen, who had terrorized residents for years with her petty rules, was now in police custody for assaulting a disabled child. Her face went pale as she was escorted to the squad car, and for the first time, she was powerless. The following days were a whirlwind. Karen was officially charged with assault, harassment, and endangering a minor. The HOA board scrambled to distance themselves from her, issuing statements claiming they do not condone such behavior. Meanwhile, my daughter recovered, and I made sure she knew she was safe and that justice had been served. The neighborhood watched closely, learning an important lesson. No amount of HOA authority or self-appointed power gives anyone the right to harm a child. Karen had relied on fear and intimidation for years, but once she crossed that line, the law moved faster than her tricks and tantrums. From then on, every time anyone mentioned HOA rules or compliance, the story of Karen grabbing a disabled girl's mask served as a chilling warning. Power comes with responsibility, and when it's abused, especially against the vulnerable, it comes crashing down hard. Justice had been served, my daughter was safe, and Karen's reign of terror was over. The mask wasn't just returned that night. It symbolized that no one, not even a self-important HOA president, could touch our family or bend the law to their whim.